Yes, my mother, who passed away many years ago, was a Rosie the Riveter during World War II. She worked in what was called the Diamond Caulk, and the Diamond Caulk made things like wrenches and all those kinds of things for the war. And she was also a gardener.
Okay.
And the seed didn't really take until about 12 years ago when this was all weed and rubble. And little by little, you know how gardeners are. They make it this big, then they make it this big,
Yes.
then they make it this big. And now it's probably 200 feet long.
Wow.
Wow.
And
That is gorgeous.
and I love it.
Yeah.
And there was no soil here, so all the dirt was wheelbarrowed in.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So these are all dahlias? Oh, well, there's a...
for the most part, they're dahlias. Now it's the only one I remember the name of. It's called Banana Cabana, which is yellow.
Oh, wow.
And these are all dahlias.
Oh, I've never seen one like that.
Isn't that? I never met a
That is
dahlia I didn't
amazing.
like. And these are dark leaf dahlias.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
And you've got some petunias and other things down low
Yes,
there.
lots of annuals.
Yeah.
Instant garden.
So the dahlias are perennials?
No, dahlias in the fall I have to take them out. They're tubers. Take them out, wrap them in newspaper. You can't be too warm, can't be too cold. Put them where it's about 50 degrees. And then in the spring you get to bring them out and plant them
Wow.
all over again. But this
Wow.
is what you get.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how you have to... Okay, I can see you have annuals. Is anything in here perennial that stays in the ground?
Yeah, there's some things.
Now what is this here?
This is a vinca, a giant vinca.
Oh, okay.
And this is a annual.
Really?
Most everything here is an annual because I just put this garden in about 3 months ago.
Wow.
So I will get some perennials in here, but it's not at this time.
There's a cleome. I know that one. Basil.
Smell that. Oh, that's so
Basil?
good. Doesn't that smell good?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. We put
And I have some tomatoes. They're kind of hidden over there. So hopefully
So you do have
people
some
don't
veggies.
go and pluck.
Let's see.
Yeah, just walk through.
Walk through
we
this
like
way.
basil in it,
But basil's an annual too.
too. Yep.
Wow. Got all this ugliness over there and this beautiful garden right here. Incredible. Oh, here's the tomatoes. And squash? Got squash too?
What's that?
Is that squash?
Squash. Yeah. I planted them so far apart and look what happened.
Yeah.
Wow. And tomatoes.
Tomatoes and tomatoes and tomatoes.
Yep.
And then you've got some raspberries over there. Wow. Now, you told me you started this 12 years ago.
12 years ago, it was all weed and rubble. I know if you're familiar with the weed tansy, it's about this
Yes.
tall. It has that yellow top and it's just a terrible smell. I spent a couple years just pulling tansy.
Oh, wow.
And so at any rate, here it is.
We're in the shadow of the lift bridge here. Now, what do they call this?
This is Park Point.
Park Point. Okay.
And Park Point is a spit of sand that's 7 miles long and very narrow. There's like 2 streets that go down Park Point. And all kinds of ships from the Great Lakes and also from all over the world come under the area lift bridge. And they deliver goods and pick up things like coal, taconite, like iron ore from the Iron Range, which is a couple hours north of here, and wheat and all kinds of things. Coal from Montana. Ships come and pick it up and take it out east.
Wow.
So it's a very busy port. And
This
it's
is a
just
very amazing and unusual city. I've
It
never
is.
seen anything
Yeah.
like it before.
It is. And to me, this is the most beautiful part of Duluth. And that's our little house right there. You can't really see it, but and that's our little hotel right there. South Marion. And what they're doing, what this noise is, they're dredging. They have to take sand from the shipping canal so the ships can go through.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
taking it, they're putting it through that pipeline, and they're putting it over on the other side of Park Point on the beach.
Okay.
So if you walk through the parking lot of the hotel and out on the south pier, you'll see this pipe. It is just gushing sand and water, and that's what they're doing.
Wow. So all those big ships go under the lift bridge here.
They do,
We got to
24/7.
see it go up and down. We came over right after it came down. It's interesting.
And it goes up on the half hour and the hour for sailboats and fishing boats.
Oh,
And if you ever see it go up to the top, that means that there's a big one coming or going.
It went quite a ways up. but then
it was
all the way
about,
to-
well, probably about halfway, because wasn't the roadway and the
Yeah,
weight's
halfway
about
up.
half?
Yeah, that means it's a sailboat or something like that.
Yeah, there's 2-3 sailboats
It
went
goes all the
through.
way up. Yeah.
So tell me about your artifacts.
At the turn of the century, Duluth had more millionaires per capita than any other place in the United States, and it was mining and shipping and lumber and banking and all kinds of things. And there were beautiful buildings, Spalding Hotel, the Holland Hotel, mansions out in the eastern part of town. And in the 50s and 60s, the powers that be in Duluth said, let's get rid of this old stuff, let's put in new. And they did urban renewal, and they took the wrecking ball to these beautiful, beautiful old turn of the century buildings. They put the rubble in a truck and they dumped it in the bay. And so after storms with all that wave action, we get artifacts. And this, I have 3 of these, this fleur-de-lis. And I've been told by a Duluth historian that it's from the Old Holland Hotel.
Which is
And how
gone.
sad is that? It's
Yeah.
just-
Are there any nice old buildings left, or?
Yes. Not so much in downtown, but Glen Sheen, which is a mansion, and it's about, I don't know, 3 miles along the shore,
Yeah,
not
we-
far.
Yeah.
Oh,
and if you
I
get
think
an
we went
opportunity
past
to
there.
go there,
Yeah, we came
it's
through.
the best thing to see in Duluth. And the Congdons were, the turn of the century, were probably the wealthiest of the wealthy. And they traveled all over the world to get different, like, paintings and rugs and all kinds of things for their beautiful mansion, Glen Sheen, that they were building right on Lake Superior. And they had 5 children, and when their youngest daughter, who was 82, when she passed away maybe 25 or 30 years ago, she willed everything to the university, right down to the teacups.
Wow.
Nothing
Wow.
was stripped out of there.
Wow.
And it is the most amazing go back in history
Wow.
type of event. There's an old boathouse, and they have concerts out there. It's just really,
Nice.
really lovely, and the university has done a great job with preserving it
Great.
and having the public come and see what Duluth was like during the century.
Yeah. Wow. So is that right on 61?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we went
It's
past
about-
then.
Yeah, we.
If this is 0 or 1 out here, it's like 38 blocks that way. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a butterfly. Whoop. You get lots of butterflies, I guess.
Yeah, we do.
Now there was another artifact.
Did you get her name on the below?
Yeah, I don't know your
Either
name.
first
Oh,
and
hi.
last or first?
My name is Betty Sola, and I've lived in Duluth all my life. I'm a newcomer to Park Point. I've only been here 28 years.
Ah,
My husband Dale is an old timer, and he's been here 62 years.
Wow.
wow.
And we love it here. We can't
Cool.
imagine any other place
Nice.
to live. Yeah, we
Nice.
love it. Yeah.
Even despite the winters. Or do you go south?
No, we don't.
So,
We travel. We travel in off season. We travel in like October and May. Of course, things are different right now, but We don't ever want to leave Duluth in the summer. It's just too beautiful. We don't even want to leave Park Point in the summer. It's so beautiful.
Well, you've made it beautiful.
Yeah, it really is really fun. Yeah.
So this, I imagine all of this is city property then?
Well, that's another interesting thing. Thank you for bringing that up. When we bought the property for the hotel, what came with it were 11 underwater lots. And if you look at that, I don't know if you can see, it's a green buoy out there.
Yes.
A round buoy.
Yes.
Halfway out, there is a paper street. And if you go to City Hall in the old dusty archives and open those old dusty books, you will see that there's a paper street out there, and there are 11 lots that go off that street. So how do we know we own them? We pay taxes on them.
Wow.
Proof positive,
Wow.
we own them. And therefore, we have what's called riparian rights to the property, the abutting property to that particular piece of property.
So you basically own from your house all the way out to...
Well, not the street. This is a city street, but the property that abuts the water.
Okay.
And we can't build on it.
Right.
We wouldn't do anything obnoxious with it. But we are able to do things like have a garden. We have a little marina for one boat, little beat up old Lund boat over there.
Oh, yeah?
And so we can do things like that. We enjoy doing that.
I would hate to see the city come along and say, oops, we're going to tear this out and do something else.
You know,
They can't do it
you
now,
never
right?
know. Well, look what happened in the 50s and 60s,
Well,
what they
that's
did
true.
with all those beautiful old buildings. So we just kind of keep our head down, and we welcome people. We love to have people walk through, but we're certainly not looking to make it any more visible so somebody can criticize it. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Let's walk down the length of it. How long is it all together?
About 200 feet.
Wow. And it's pretty wide, too.
What's that?
It's pretty wide, too.
It is. Yeah. And you know, there was a storm last October and the October before, and it was so fierce that the waves, like probably 60-mile-an-hour winds in the middle of Lake Superior, the waves are coming down Lake Superior 300 miles, 200 miles, and they funnel underneath the canals, and the waves bounce across the bay and bounce back with such force. They took about 3 feet of my garden all the way along.
Yeah, I never thought about the fact that this is the very end of Lake Superior.
Yeah, it is. You know, the next land going that way is 380 miles away.
Wow. So you were telling me about this the artifact over here?
Oh yes. That was given to me. If you can just go right in there and take a look at it.
Okay.
It's very, very old. Bob Swanson, who's a neighbor, and he salvages architectural treasures, gave that to me, and he said it was from a building, from a brewery in West Duluth. And it's probably turn of the century or earlier.
I hope I'm not blocking the sound here.
Don't block the mic.
Here, hold this. I may have had the basil in front of the knife. If you see this and it looks shorter, that's why. There's another one of the fleur-de-lis. And you got a little lady back there.
Wait, it looks like it's about 15 to 20 feet long.
And this is our little marina for one beat up Lund boat. During that last storm I told you about, Dale had the boat, you know, kind of pulled up here, but the waves were such it pulled it out,
Wow.
even with the trailer on it, and it pounded it against all those rocks for about 12 hours.
Oh no.
And you can, but you know what? He started the motor, it started, and the Lund boat floated. Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, are these
These are more perennials over here.
okay?
These self-seed,
Right.
and these are
Cleome.
Cleome. Yeah.
I need to get some of those going by my mailbox.
And these are tiger eye sumac.
Oh,
And I
I've
just
never
trim
seen
them up
that.
because I like them kind of like a canopy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Beautiful.
So, all these black-eyed Susans are
Rudbeckia.
Are they perennials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can get invasive, and I may pull some next spring.
What are those big green cabbage-like leaves?
Those are. I can't think of the name of it. At any rate, they come up with the tulips,
Oh,
and they have the most beautiful pink, tall flower. I have to think of the name of it. And
okay.
speaking of tulips, last year I planted 2,750 tulip bulbs.
Oh
It
my
is so beautiful
goodness!
here.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. And look at that one, how
this-
tall it is.
This is a dwarf cherry tree,
Okay.
and it's beautiful in the spring with the blossoms.
Mhm.
And then the cherries are about kind of as, they're not big, like your thumbnail. And I try to get out here before the birds come, and I put whatever I can grab before they do in a big glass jar. And then I pour vodka in there, put some sugar in, put the cover on,
Wow.
and at Christmas.
Ooh. Sounds wonderful. And you don't have to pit them that way.
No, they're too small to
Yeah.
pit. They're really not.
Just for flavor.
Yeah, just for flavor.
Wow, this is incredible.
And these
I-
are a lot of perennials.
And is
I
that
can't
also
imagine a
from
whole
the
garden
hotel
club
back
doing
there?
this well.
It's from something.
Yeah,
I
you don't know
I
what
don't
it's
know
from.
what.
But it's,
Yeah.
from, it's from something. Yeah.
Yeah. But after every storm,
Oh.
there's stuff that comes.
Huh, so they just turn up, huh? That's
They do.
incredible.
Hard to believe,
Yeah,
but the power of water.
power of water.
Now, is this one a perennial?
Yes, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it is.
It looks like
This
it
a, no,
looks like it's in the mint family. It's not salvia, is it?
what's that?
Is it salvia?
No.
No, salvia is sage.
Yeah. And these are just good old-fashioned rose bushes with rose hips.
You harvest those and get your good vitamin C.
Don't. I should. You should help yourself.
I might take one. Well,
And here's more artifacts,
Oh yeah.
things that come up.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the way along here.
Wow.
And this
Wow.
is what it looked like before. Except for that weed. It wasn't just rubble.
Right.
It was those terrible tansy weeds.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Well, I'm so glad we happened upon you
Oh,
coming into your.
It's so nice to meet you.
I can't believe that you've
Yeah.
done all this by yourself. You must do it full
Well,
time.
my neighbor helped me with half of it, and then I expanded going on that
Okay.
way.
Now, is this your house or the second one?
The second one, actually, we own this house. We rented out to Patty. She's lived there for 20 years. So we call
Okay.
it Patty's house.
So, do you and she both work on that garden, or just?
Yes.
Yeah,
we
okay.
do.
Because it looks kind of consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she's got more of a shade garden. She's got a lot of trees in her yard.
Okay.
Our car.
Does that have our?
New leaves. Eventually.
After I retired.
Sweet. What a great job to have.
We've met a lot of people that are very
Yeah.
Well,
interesting and nice.
It's been really great chatting with you.
Great chatting with you too. And feel free, if you're walking this way, walk through the parking lot of the hotel.
Okay.
There's some red chairs out there. Feel free to sit. There's a little fireplace, and you can go out on the south pier